Race fans, a very warm 3Y TV welcome to beautiful upstate New York. We're live from the rolling hills of Watkins, Glen International, a circuit that's been serving up tons and tons of history for generations of racing fans alike. I'm Cameron Rich, along with James Watson. We'll be doing the talking tonight while Carlos Acosta gives you some amazing shots of this historic racetrack. It's round 10 of the 2025B OSCA World Cup, and after a clean green night at Daytona that saw just one caution over 112 laps, Gilberto Javier Gamera and Ty McIntosh delivered Southern Speedco their first ever pair of team victories. Tonight, though, all eyes are on Daniel Gore, the undisputed master of the twisty stuff, with 5 wins in 6 starts this season. Can anyone stop his momentum here at the Glen? We'll find out as we are underway in qualifying, and so far, it looks like that's not the case, as he does lead by 2/10 over Darren Staff. Darren Staff looks very quick in. He looked very quick in practice. Actually led Daniel Gore, but the race is where the money is made. So let's go ahead and pull up our standings here, if we could. It's business as usual at the top with Redux Racing continuing their dominance. Daniel Gore and Noah Brown lead the driver standings, while Ty McIntosh, James Miller swap positions from the week before. Eric Ziegel continues an impressive rookie campaign, followed by Bracey, Myhan, Staff, Rutt, and Jones rounded out the top 10. But we will see what happens tonight, and I believe it's, 2 more road courses after this one. So excited for this one. Watkins Glen, always a fun one. Very quick, very flowing. I think NASCAR fans, we've seen this one many times over the years, and I think it's one of those that a lot of fans just kind of know on the back of their the back of their hands there. Here's Ty McIntosh. Once he comes around for the next lap, we will actually pull him up to narrate a lap. He has agreed to do that with us, just kind of explain what he is doing around this Watkins Glen circuit. But real quick, James, I know you're a road course guy yourself. How do you feel about this one?
Oh, I love it. I mean, you say it yourself, you have so much experience here, and it's, as far as road courses go, it's a heck of a lot easier than most. You don't have too many technical and difficult corners to have to worry about. No real crazy braking zones. As long as you're able to just really nail turn 1 and nail the bus stop, you should be okay. But that isn't saying that it's the easiest place still. I mean, you definitely have to be careful up the S's, especially in a stock car. The S's are a lot more dangerous than you think in one of these things. Just having to make sure you're feathering the throttle just a little bit, because otherwise you will be doing a burnout in the middle of the S's, and with very little room with all the Armco barriers, that's not a good thing if you're getting all sideways and squirrely and whatnot.
Not at all. And let's go ahead and go on board with Ty McIntosh here. We're a little bit late, but he is going through turn number 1 here.
We can do it next time, right? Just to give him a full lap like he deserves.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So we'll stay on board with him and let him finish this one lap here. But we'll kind of talk about the track a little bit here. This is the short layout of the circuit that I believe OSCA I believe has run the boot in various series over the years, but we are not running that this time. So a little bit shorter lap times and a little bit. Probably a hot take here, but I think this probably is a little bit better for stock cars in general. I like the boot for endurance racing personally, but I think that this layout is just a little bit better here. But now we'll go ahead and start the lap with Ty. Timing is a little bit better here. So Ty, go ahead and take us away from here for a lap around Watkins Glen.
Tradersburg Chevrolet, you're going to break it to 500 here. For turn 1, it's going to get kind of sketchy. You're really going to want to push the track limits. There's no off track for us here. You don't really want to do that. Let me back out. Let me keep me up here, I guess. Have I got time? Yeah, I got time.
Take us to your warm up.
The tires were cooked. That would have been lap 3, and I kind of used everything they had there to get a little bit better lap in. But
I got an image for you of what you just pulled for us.
Yeah, no biggie.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So
Take us through the warm up too, and just kind of show us how you do that here.
So, the trick with this car, obviously, so much horsepower in this thing. You got the small spoiler on the back. It's really a lot to handle. You kind of have to manhandle it around this place. On the outlap, you really don't want to unsettle the tires too much, just because once you get heat in these things and you get too much, you're not really calming it down. So, carousel especially is one of those corners where you can push it on the hot lap. The outlap, you really want to take it easy, not too much. There's no reason to really push the car out of the corners, because I mean you're going to build heat up in these things. Just want to back your corners up a lot, especially through these last two. Nice and easy. A lot of momentum out of that last corner. This last corner is going to be pivotal for a lot of guys. It's set up the passing zone into one. Nice big run out of the last corner, all the way to the exit curb. Up to fourth gear if you're brave. I prefer to stay in third, brake at that 500 marker. Nice, get the car woed down. Get as much of that curb as you can without getting the thick part. Throttle it up all the way to the exit wall. Nice and tight through the S's here. These are going to be a big problem. Car's going to want to step out. Nice and tighty. All the way to the wall. Nice and free here, unfortunately. So you don't want to do that. That's bad. This bus stop is going to be a struggle zone. Nice and easy braking zone. They just adjusted this really. This is the first time that I've ran the new update on the sim. These curbs, you kind of have to hit them, but they can unsettle the car pretty bad. Through the carousel, nice and tight. Some guys are going to be third. I'm going to be second. Again, you can use all this runoff. Try to get back before the grass or your lap will count. I already messed it up, so it doesn't really matter. But brake right before the 400 here. You don't want to overcook it. I'm still going to overcook it. But nice and even run through here. Set you up for the front straightaway. And that is a lap around Watkins Glen in this absolute behemoth of a stock car.
All right, excellent. Thank you for that, Ty. And you showed us a lot of the new runoff too, so that was pretty cool. But of the new update. So anyway, yeah, I mean you're up there P3 on the board right now, so looking pretty quick. Good luck in this race, and we'll be talking to you after a bit.
If Danny G does what Danny G normally does, probably for third and maybe second, but not for first, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, we will see about that. All right, that was a lap around Watkins Glen. We have about 48 seconds left in the session, so not a whole lot of time for these drivers to get more get their laps in. Basically, if they have started their laps, they should count. And if they have not, they probably are not going to get them in, but Daniel Gore is currently fastest with a 1:10.160. He's just a tick slower than his practice time of a 1:34, but everybody is, for the most part, looking a little bit slower than they ran in practice, I think, at least through the top half of the board. And looking through the field, I don't really see, I think Eric Ziegel probably on his last lap. Not sure if he's actually not going to get that in right now. So I think for the most part, this is probably going to be about what our grid looks like as we finish up here. So only about 7 more seconds and we will cut over. And sure enough, yep, that's another pole for Daniel Gore. So he is going to start this half number 1 on the pole, but fret not. Darren Staff, Ty McIntosh, all looking pretty quick at the moment. But we'll get your starting grid going here shortly. Right as we said it right there, it's Daniel Gore and Darren Staff. That's row number 1. And it's about a 1/10 of a second between those two drivers. Ty McIntosh, we just talked to him. He's going to start third next to James Miller in the pink number 09 car for this week. It is he starts number 4. Connor Jones, he rolls off in a 5th position. DJ Weeks, we've seen him strong on the road courses. He rolls off in 6th. Noah Brown, another Redux car. He rolls off in 7th. Gilberto Javier Gomera, he won last week, his first win ever. He rolls off in 8th. 9th is going to be Santiago Aguirre, and then Aaron Evans rolls off in 10th. Go ahead and take it away, James.
Alrighty, and then on row 6, we have Dylan Thomas in the 03 and Zach Evans in the 6. Row 7 features the 66 and Neil Rudd and the 5 Nolan Ziegel. Eric Ziegel, rather. I got back into IndyCar racing for a second. Row 8 features the 71 of Dave Carpenter and the 9 of noted road course hater David Westergreen. Adam Peeler in the 27, and Jordan Tarvel in the 39 on row 9. And rounding out the field is Dakota Pignataro in the 18.
You guys see Peeler's scheme?
Yeah, so a fun fact, we have a standing start tonight, so let's go ahead and get a look at the front of the field. No biggie,
And
but a good
we're
start.
already going.
Good
Oh,
start
look
for,
at time! He's taking it 3 wide!
yeah, great start for the 45 of Darren Staff. Daniel Gore was actually caught sleeping there, but through turns 1 and coming up to turn number 2, they are using all of the runoff. Darren Staff actually gets about a 3-4 car length lead on Daniel Gore. So what a great start of the race for, I'm sure you're happy about that, Carlos. Good start for him. And you said he was actually feeling a little bit not so great about his confidence level tonight in this event. I mean, that's the best way you can start it. Through the hopping the cars through the chicane here. Always great to see these stock cars lumber their way through that chicane, hopping on those curbs. But here is the carousel here. I don't see any major issues on the track. I think we're mostly clean and green so far. And there is James Miller. He's got himself up to the 3rd position. Excuse me, he's up in the 4th position now. And that's right where he started the race. Through the field a little bit. So already settling out. Only 15 laps in this half, number 1. No pitting. We can go about 15 or about 16, 17 laps, I believe, on fuel. So it is going to be a shootout, a sprint shootout for all these drivers. Battle for the lead. Turn 1, Daniel Gore on the inside of Darren Staff. Darren not letting him get it that easily through. I think actually there was almost some contact there. I'm pretty sure that was about as close as you can get without contact. But Daniel Gore gets himself into the race lead already, lap number 2. So that did not take long, and we'll see if Darren has anything left for Daniel in this race. Plenty of time left. He's going to send it here into the bus stop. This is the new scan of Watkins Glen, so there is a lot more runoff than we used to have, and a lot more. You can take a lot more aggressive lines in the chicane, so we'll see how aggressive these drivers can get. You see Darren Staff, we're on board with him. He's going all the way out there to the grass almost off the carousel, and seeing what he can do here. Just a fun track to watch an onboard lap of. He's very quick through the last part of the track. He's actually going to give a bump to Daniel Gore inside. Not going to be able to do the move, I don't think, quite yet, but bumping at a road course it brings me back to the 2012 race between Brad Keselowski and Marcus Ambrose, one of the best finishes of all time. So these drivers will definitely bring it out tonight. Good to see Daniel Gore using all that runoff in turn number 1, and got to be careful about that. We saw in qualifying, Ty he had old tires, and if you hit that runoff, it's going to crash you pretty hard. So definitely, if you're up in here at the front, you don't want to do that and get ran over from behind.
Absolutely. If you get run over from behind, it's basically going to be a track blocker there. It's going to be almost impossible for people to miss you and survive. Wrecking here is very dangerous and very scary. There's, for this not being a street circuit, there's definitely many areas have a massive track blocker. Obviously, we saw the Xfinity race here in real life a couple months ago, and you think back to the huge wreck back in 2010, and at the both coming into the next to last corner. So yeah, it's, you don't really want to get any closer to some of this Armco than you have to.
Yeah, you're right about that. Just there has been so many big wrecks at this place over the years, and it's just it is a very fast racetrack, and I think that's why a lot of drivers like it. There's not really any slow parts. Even the slowest corner on the track is probably the chicane, and that's really not even. If you compare it to some other European style racetrack chicane, it's nowhere close to like being like some of those are. So just a real quick track, and I think just perfectly suited for stock cars. But here's the battle for this is about 7th on back. It's Noah Brown, Aaron Evans, Santiago Aguirre, a couple of the redux cars there, and we're actually on board with Aaron Evans here. He's in the pink car this week, running P8. Good run for him. He's actually done a lot of road course endurance racing with those Redux Racing guys. He is actually right now sandwiched in between, so has learned a lot of good lessons and putting it to good use here. Doing very well up in the 8th position, and you know, a lot of people, I would say incorrectly, label Watkins Glen as an easy road course. While it may not be as technical or as, you know, windy as something like, let's say, Spa or like even, you know, hard like the Nürburgring, this is challenging to get right. So, I mean, even over my sim racing tenure, it's been one of those tracks I've ran so many times, and sometimes in various cars, you know, it's always that last 2 to 3% of like pace is really where you shine and where it makes a difference here. But a battle for third here, James Miller and Ty McIntosh going at it. Ty McIntosh currently has it. James Miller wants that position. He's also thinking about bringing Kynan Jones with him. And we'll give a shout out to Kynan Jones real quick while we have him on shot. Today is Mental Health Awareness Day, and on that car is a ribbon. I'm not sure what that ribbon is, but it is on the car somewhere. On the seat pillar, yep. So the car owner confirming that for us. So good to see that, and good to see Kynan having a good run up here. We know Kynan is a purebred road course racer. He is very good at these road course races, always puts on a good show, and has actually he got his first win at a road course, the Long Beach Street Circuit, a couple of seasons back. But you can see actually that battle for third broken up pretty quickly. James Miller fell off the back of that number 8 for just a little bit. Actually was almost under fire from that 85, but we are going to spread out a little bit here through or up these S's. And I'd say these S's, you know, in a stock car, I didn't realize how tough these were until I did these for the first time on iRacing, because you cannot go full throttle in a stock car up these, at least not these generation stock cars. So the rear end likes to wiggle, it likes to wobble, it likes to try to kill you. And if you don't treat it with respect, it definitely, most certainly will kill you. Here's Aaron Evans. He's hopping over the curbs and all over. There's somebody in the grass. That is Zach Evans.
Evans on Evans violence.
Yeah, we've seen that actually multiple times this season. It's spilled over to the Discord chat a few times. So Zach Evans, he's having all sorts of problems now, and now he's under fire from that position from Gilberto Javier Guevara. That's going to be about 2-3 positions lost from that. So he's actually over the chat right now saying how much he appreciated that move, but gets around the 48 of Aaron Evans. Aaron Evans going to, not sure if he's letting him go or he had an issue of himself, but that little crime rectified itself pretty quickly there. Let's see, James Miller here. Now he's under fire from Kynan Jones, so we'll see what Kynan can do here, and then maybe he can put some pressure on the back of that 09. .48 car almost looks like, actually, what makes the move right there. Kynan Jones around James Miller, so move Kynan up to the 4th position. And James Miller, we've seen him, he's actually the only driver this season who not named Daniel Gore to win on a road course, and you know, probably I'd say a little bit struggling here. He's only in 5th position, quite a ways behind the lead pack right now, so maybe not finding the comfort or the speed he needs in that car tonight. And we'll see what he can do. Second half is going to be a little bit longer. We are going to have, what is it? I believe 29 laps. So we will see pit stops in half number 2 and a 10-car invert. So definitely have that to look forward to. But this little battle here behind Ty McIntosh is starting to heat up. Have a few cars queuing up behind them. And in the Formula 1 world, we call that a truly train. By fans who've been around will know that. Yeah, so I think we actually need a couple more cars for it to be a truly train. Something like 10 cars behind them. So not quite that yet, but a couple cars are starting to queue up. There's that number 97 of DJ Weeks, the part-timer, who can throw a wrench into the championship drivers up here. James Miller, he's already locked into the finals as of his average finish. And next one could be Ty McIntosh to lock himself in, but we'll wait and see. But a lot of good racing up here so far. Up at the front, Darren Staff behind Daniel Gore by about a second, I believe, right now. So he's not letting Daniel Gore get away too much right now, but Daniel just kind of having that last bit extra right now that is keeping him ahead of the 45. But you know, even if Darren can't get around Daniel this race and then they finish like this, just assuming nothing changes, the invert will change things quite a bit, and especially with how you know tight things get here at Watkins Glen. We've seen a lot of wrecks just through the S's and up the chicane and all that. Just cars running into each other. There's not a lot of space. That really could throw a wrench into things. So that invert could be the saving grace for Darren, even if he can't get to Daniel Gore this race. Just have to wait and see. But kind of Jones looking very strong. He's looking for third right now, and Ty McIntosh through the S's. See these drivers getting very aggressive with those curbs. You can really use a lot of them. No penalty really here in the league racing environment with the amount of 1Xs you can get. The battle here between Santiago and Eric Ziegel. This is for 8th. Santi using all the runoff there out of the carousel, and Eric Ziegel gonna have the run on the right side of him into, what is that, turn number 7, I believe it is. Or maybe it's turn 8, but I think it's one of those two numbers. And then up here, last corner on the track. I want to say it's turn 9. I might have that off by a number or two, but we'll call it turn 9. And Eric Ziegel, yeah, we'll move him up to 8th. Clean pass for him.
Yeah, a little bit of a recovery drive from him. Not as high of a qualifying effort as I think we would have expected, but so far he's getting positions where he can.
And Ziegel was pretty strong earlier in the season at the Red Bull Ring, the last road course we were at. So yeah, I would agree with that. We probably expected a little bit more, but either way, currently he would be on board for a third place start in half number 2 if things were to finish as is. So, you know, maybe banking on that a bit. Off the track a little bit. The 03 of Dylan Thomas, he is going to save it and be all right. I think we can mention this as well too. All the Binks Designs cars you will notice are Zach Evans tribute cars. Every single one of those has a past Zach Evans scheme on it, so it's probably why they look a little bit different. That I believe Dylan Thomas, I want to say Zach Evans ran that 1 or 2 seasons ago on pit road. That is a damaged car for the 09, and he is going to go into the garage that does not exist.
And the invisible wall.
See what happened to him. I'm going to assume into the tire barrier, and that is game over for the 09 of James Miller. Going to hit the wall again there, and
Oh!
want to see.
Man, Noah Brown. At least I think it was Noah Brown. Almost
Yeah, I think so.
was wrong place, right time there. Mother of mercy.
On board with James here. Yeah, the car was broken, not much you can do, and as you said, Noah Brown almost in the wrong place at the right time. Unfortunate end for James. I mean, he didn't really have the speed, I think, to challenge for the win, but now he is going to lose that invert possibility for half number 2, and as of now, going to start in position number 17, which is a lot further back than the top 10, especially with the standing start. But either way, we have 5 more laps to go here in the race. 4 more laps to go, I believe. I am correct in my math, and I was told there would not be math involved. Yeah, 4 laps, so I was not correct. That checks out completely, but either way, there's Dave Westergreen. We were on board with him, or looking at him for just a moment. He's in the Marcus Ambrose car, so maybe looking for a little bit good luck, good juju from that Marcus Ambrose, one of the first few drivers to come over from another racing discipline to really one of the first few road course disciplines to come over to NASCAR back in the late 2000s, early 2010s, and was really good. I miss having him, and just was always a beast at Watkins Glen. He always put on a show here. It was just it was like art watching him drive this place. So
yeah, he walked so Shane Van Gisbergen could curb stomp everyone.
I agree with that 100%. Absolutely. Yep. So definitely missed Marcus Ambrose, but glad I got to watch him race in his, I guess, prime. There's some wiggle waggle there off the last corner with the number 5 of Eric Ziegel. These 3 cars of Evans, Aguirre, and Ziegel, they're all battling for that 7th position. Good battle here. And Ziegel currently has it. All of them are using all of the runoff at this racetrack. So, that's I guess that's a controversial topic. Maybe for me. I kind of miss when Watkins Glen had all that gravel out there off turn 1, off the carousel and all that. But I understand why they have the runoff. I just choose to be an old man, yells at cloud about it. But that's all right. So Watkins Glen's still an awesome track. I'm not going to say it's ruined it or anything. It's just a little bit different now. Good battle here. Darren Staff, he has fallen off the lead by now 3.5 seconds. I think it is well and truly. We can probably say that Daniel Gore is in another zip code at this moment, but you can also say we probably did not, or we probably did expect that somewhat. But either way, I mean, doing what he does best. He's so good at these road courses, and when you have a gold standard, it just becomes what you have to beat. So the 2-time champion looking for 3 in a row. It obviously showing why he is that title here. But let's go on board with him if we can. Let's see what he's doing, see what kind of throttle inputs and downshifting points he's got here into the chicane. Getting very close to that inside guardrail, hitting the curbs. Not too much though, just enough to cut the track as much as you can. You don't want to really get in the grass, but take as much curb as you can is fine here. The carousel onto the back straight. You have all of this runoff to the left now. This used to be gravel, and it would we've seen a lot of accidents at this part of the racetrack too. Also saw a fan ask Matt Kenseth for an autograph on the backstretch once. That was an interesting thing that happened in NASCAR history, but definitely did. Did the last corner here, back onto the front stretch. White flag lap for Daniel Gore, so one more of those, and he's going to have another win on the season. Already 114-point lead coming into this race. And he's going to extend that by somewhat over Noah Brown. Noah Brown currently in the 6th position. Only able to gain 1 spot on the race as of now. But here's David Westergreen at the top of the screen. That battle for around the 11th, 12th, 13th position has not really subsided all race. These drivers have kind of all been nose to tail, haven't been able to really get away from each other. You see Daniel Gore, he's extended out to 4 seconds over Darren Staff. Coming through at the carousel one last time. Short race here at Watkins Glen for half number 1, so good to see no cautions or major accidents.
Yeah, just one unfortunate moment for Miller, and that's it.
Yep. Really someone we would not expect that from, but we'll see if he can rebound in half number 2. But out of the last corner, Daniel Gore, he's going to notch another win on the season with a dominating performance here at Watkins Glen. Give the dub to the 69 of Daniel Gore. There's the 45 of Darren Staff coming home in 2nd. Good run for him. Ty McIntosh comes home in 3rd, and then it's Kynan Jones and DJ Weeks rounding out your top 5. Noah Brown, Ziegel, Aguirre, and Zach Evans, and Dylan Thomas come off the last corner. That's going to round out your top 10. So good little race there. And good to see, other than the James Miller incident, pretty clean and green. And just Daniel Gore doing a little bit of celebratory weaves into the chicane there. He's probably going to, well, I was going to say he's going to do some burnout. So we're going to time out here before he does that. So we'll let him do his little celebratory drift there. And then we actually have a special guest. I'm going to pull him up here in just a few moments' time. It's Zach Evans. Just want to kind of talk about something he was doing earlier today and get his thoughts and opinions on what's going on with that. We have about 10 minutes in between halves here, so let's actually go ahead, and I know we'll probably get this again, but let's start off with a quick interview with Daniel Gore. Actually, no. Let's we can get Daniel in after Zach. I want to make sure Zach gets his moment. So let's give him a moment. Pull him up here. Hey there, Zach. This is Camera Rich up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do have a copy.
All right. Well, awesome. Kind of talked to you about this earlier, but earlier today, Zach Evans, he was in a sprint car at Hickory doing sprint car at Hickory things, and we both witnessed a pretty bad accident where about 3-4 sprint cars went flipping down the front stretch at Hickory, and things happened in that race. But
That was about the worst one I've seen of those. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty bad. It had no business being that bad. But I just wanted to talk to you, Zach, about kind of like the sprint car community. I have a few friends who are in there and been running races. Been watching the races myself. I'm probably going to run some here in a few, just kind of getting myself back into oval racing a little bit. I've been so hopped up on the road stuff. It's not even crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead and talk to us about the sprint cars and what you've been doing with that.
Well, I used to do it a lot more often, and I got back into it this season. But for those who aren't familiar, the pavement sprint car, the non-wing 410 sprint car on iRacing that runs on the asphalt tracks, there's not really a league per se, and it's not a huge participation deal. But Jeffrey Stanton and has been instrumental in keeping that community alive over the years, despite being a low participation car on iRacing. And they've gotten now where they run 5 or 6 times a week. Right now it's 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday and Thursday night, and they usually try to get one in on Sunday as well. And so I've been running that this season, and I love that car so much. It's still on the old tire model, and it's a car that you really have to learn control, throttle management. It's short races, but it's something that you wrestle a sprint car around Hickory for 57 laps, and it kind of puts you in a good headspace to drive one of these stock cars on a road course with 750 horsepower, whatever it is. So it's been a lot of fun. Glad I got back into it and got the 3rd place earlier tonight, so that'll help in the point steal over that. But I'm doing it more for fun anyway. So for sure, if anybody has any questions about it, be sure to let me know. Give me a shout, and I can help point you in the right direction, because I think it's some of the best racing, especially an official series on iRacing, because of the level of respect. I mean, you have to drive with respect in that car. So it puts on really good racing. It's a lot to learn. It's the most difficult car we've got on the ovals, but it's so much fun once you get used to it.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you bring up things like tire management and throttle control and things like that, because we used to have a lot of that in NASCAR. I grew up watching the Gen 4 era where you'd lean that thing on the right rear and just it would be on the edge of spinning out every single lap, and that was just the funnest thing ever. But we're a little bit different nowadays. But do you see any, or I guess do you feel any things that help you in OSCA with this 2020-ish era Gen 4 car, or Gen 6 car?
Oh, for sure. Especially, I mean, these road courses where we have the package with the low downforce and the more horsepower, whether it's here or at the short tracks. That's where you talk about driving on the right rear, and you have to you can certainly lean on it a lot more on this car than you can in the sprint car, but the sprint car helps you feel that yaw or whatever. And that translates super well to here. And it slows everything down too. I think that helped me a lot in that race. Still, the tires were shot after 15 laps, obviously, but I think I was able to get a couple extra laps before I hit the cliff just from managing that earlier tonight in that sprint car for almost 60 laps at Hickory, and just really knowing when to ease into the gas, when you can get into it a little bit harder and all of that. So even though it's a completely different track, it's a lot of the same principles as far as driving the car just as much with the right foot as you are with the steering wheel.
Yeah, for sure. And it's always good to see those niche communities in iRacing that keep those older cars alive. I'm a particular fan myself of the Lotus 79 community. I
Sure.
try to do those SOF races as much as I can, which hasn't been too much lately, just due to reasons and things like that. But
Who is on the
definitely,
boot right now? Somebody is on
yeah,
the boot.
definitely. And I believe the 79 is at this track this week, so I might have
Oh,
to go
neat.
ahead and get my butt out there and do that. They will run the boot in that car. But yeah, definitely shout out to the lesser ren cars at iRacing. Love those smaller communities. But you are going to be starting second in this
Yeah.
little next half here, 29 laps at Watkins Glen. How you feeling about that one?
We'll see how it goes. I mean, first off, shout out to everybody at Binks Designs Racing for surprising me tonight with they're calling it a Zach Evans tribute night. They didn't let me know anything about it, and they're all running schemes that I have run in the past in OSCA. Dylan Thomas will be starting alongside me on the front row with the Dick Trickle car that I ran a few seasons ago, and then we've got Niels in the Mark Martin car I ran for a throwback race at Talladega. I think in this car, actually. And then Peeler has the car I ran on at the Charlotte dirt track a few seasons ago, the Freddie Smith tribute. So super cool that they did that and surprised me with it. And hopefully, at least me and Dylan will have that invert front row. We'll see if we can at least stay in the top 10 here. I feel pretty comfortable. Obviously, there's going to be some fast cars behind us, and hopefully we just don't get bullied a little bit. That's as long as we can let the people who need to get by without any issue. I think we can get another solid finish out of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I think turn one's going to be the kicker. I've seen many hopes and dreams be ended there in turn number one for many reasons, but usually if you can get it through turn number one, it can usually have a pretty good race. But yeah, before we let you go,
I've made it further than last season. Both
Yeah.
both halves. So that was good.
before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give us?
Absolutely. Shout out Binks Designs Racing again. Neil, Dylan, Peeler, having a lot of fun with that this season. Super cool that they surprised me with the schemes tonight. Shout out to you guys up in the booth for putting this deal on, and Vic for organizing this league. Yeah, I think that's about it. Shout out Binks Designs, Me Fine, of course. Yeah, hopefully we'll get some more TV time here in the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck in the second half, starting in second. So go out there and give us a show.
We'll try.
All right. Yeah, glad to get a little shout out in there for the sprint car community, and Jeff Stanton, definitely he does a lot of work for that community. And I know James, I guess James, I know he has some commitments. He's got to do some Indy 500 qualifying stuff here, so he might be popping in and out for half number two. But James, I know, has done some
I'm
racing.
still here for now.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I saw you actually in the sprint, was it Silver Crown race? Not too last week, something like that. So I know you do that every now and again, but yeah, definitely a shout out for Jeff. He does a lot of work for that community, and good to see that that's still alive there. So we got about 15 seconds here. Carlos, if we could actually get our good grid rolling now, that might help with the standing start, so we don't miss that.
I
number two.
can't do any form of grids until the session rolls over to the next one. You can manually do it.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll try to get it through it a little bit quickly, but just noting we do have the standing start. Zach, he brought up that it's going to be Dylan Thomas and Zach Evans himself on row number one, so the two Binks teammates will head us up. And our race winner, Daniel Gore, will be starting in 10th, which isn't too bad of a starting spot, but we'll see how he can navigate the field. Have about a minute and a half here, but there is our grid. Dylan Thomas starts in row Or actually, yeah, Dylan Thomas starts on the pole. Next to him is Zach Evans in position number 2. Santiago Aguirre rolls up in 3rd. Eric Ziegel 4th. Noah Brown 5th. DJ Weeks 6th. Kynan Jones 7th. Ty McIntosh 8th. Darren Staff 9th. Daniel Gore starts in 10th. He's the half-one race winner. Then it's Aaron Evans, David Westergreen, Gilberto Javier Gomera, Dave Carpenter, Neil Rutt, Adam Peeler, James Miller. Unfortunate wreck in half number 1 is going to have him start in 17th. Jordan Tarbell and Dakota Pignataro. I don't actually think he
never
take part in half number 1. I don't believe so. He did. So yeah, he's in the session but not on the race. So I guess 18 spots up for grabs tonight. But yeah, another standing start here. Always great to see. A lot of action here. Probably going to happen in turn number 1. And hopefully not too much. That's going to result in a lot of damage and repair costs for these virtual race teams. But we will see. About 30 seconds left to go before we get the all clear.
$30 seconds.
And I believe we have lost James for the time being. He's off to go run his Indy 500 qualifying attempt. So good luck to him. Almost a painful start for these drivers. We have a couple drivers that did not take the grid, so it is going to extend us out for the entirety of the weight session, which is about 5 more seconds here. There we go. We are about to get going green here.
Green flag.
And there we go. We are underway here at Watkins Glen, half number 2. Good start for the 2 Binks Designs cars, Dylan Thomas and Zach Evans. But here comes Santiago Aguirre thinking about 3 wide into turn number 1. Not going to happen. Looks like everybody is through pretty cleanly for now. I don't see anybody sideways or smoking, so I think we are going to survive this one. Side by side through the, we have almost 3 wide through the S's here. Eric Ziegel looking very racy. The 2 Binks cars were side by side, almost hitting each other, but we are all sorts of over the place on the backstretch. Here comes Kynan Jones looking for 3 wide into the chicane. And there's Zach Evans. He was talking, oh my goodness, he was talking about trying to get through the first lap cleanly, and I think he's having a bit of a tough time doing that. Getting kind of ran over by everybody right now, but trying to get himself, there's Daniel Gore. Already looking up in the top 10 right now. He's up into the, I think that is the 7th position. So definitely doing what he needs to do. But at the, Dylan Thomas way off the track. He's off in the gravel, going to lose the lead from that one. And I think that's going to give it to Eric Ziegel out of the last corner. So what a first lap here. We have 28 more of them for half number 2. And that was about as much action as we've seen all race. On board here with Santi. See how he navigates this track all the way out to the wall there, off of turn number 1 into the S's, trying to, you see the rear end of these cars wiggle a lot because you can't really go full throttle. You have to pedal the throttle and use a lot of throttle control, throttle discretion, and patience up the S's. Flat out into the chicane here. You're going to break at about the 500, 400 mark. Get as close to that inside guardrail as you can. Clip this curb, clip that curb. Don't get the grass. And then you want to just smoothly get through the carousel here. This is almost like an oval corner, so you really just want to clip the apex, get off as quickly as you can, full throttle down the backstretch, use as much runoff as you dare, and then you're looking for about the 300, 400 mark here, right about here, where the grass goes away, on the brakes, off the brakes, use the runoff, and then into the last corner here, and then smoothly on the brakes. This is a problem zone. If you use too much brake, you will lock up, hit the outside wall like we saw the 09 of James Miller do, but he not so much here for Santi. Good lap for him here. Battle for the 4th position. Noah Brown and Kynan Jones at it. That's actually the 3rd position. Here comes Daniel Gore. He's already looking up in the top 5, so this one might be a short battle. On the inside, I think he's going to get around that 85. Most certainly he does. So now he's looking on his teammate Noah Brown, and don't don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but those two have gotten into it several times this season. Hopefully not this time, but definitely something to always look out for. The hashtag Redux Racing moment, but so far so good for mostly everybody in the field. I don't think anybody has had too much of an issue. Certainly looking clean and green so far. Off the runoff there goes Noah Brown. He's able to keep the spot from Daniel Gore, but one thing you have to worry about the runoff there is that kind of wears your tires out a little bit. So we're probably looking at about a halfway pit stop, lap 14, 15 for most of these drivers, considering we have about 29, or we have exactly 29 in the race.
So, Cam,
as you see, Daniel Gore makes the move. Go for it, Carlos.
Some of the drivers are averaging around 85 on the right sides of tires, and around like low 90s, high 80s on the left side. Do you think with this one, this being the feature race being a bit longer, do you think tires are going to matter enough to change with kind of like the averages they were getting in that first race, or do you think some of these guys might go for a fuel-only stop?
You know, I would say, since we do have a short fuel, or we have a reduced capacity fuel tank in OSCA, I'd say I don't think we will see no tire stops, but there is a possibility, and we've seen it before at the road course races in prior seasons. I think we might see 2 tire stops. Just changing those left side tires, the ones that are going to be worn out a little bit more. So I don't think that's probably something you're going to see more on, maybe back half of the top 10, maybe fifth on back to about 15th, maybe to gain some spots there. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, definitely have seen that a lot over the years. I actually lost my first ever OSCA race on that. I got that strategy pulled on me at Spa. Somebody took 2 tires, which I thought was kind of ludicrous at a road course, but they made it work and beat me for it. So, yeah, it's just something you look out for a reduced capacity fuel tank. It kind of allows things like that. And you know, this is a track with mostly right-hand corners, so you are going to be taxing those left side tires just a little bit more. So, might be something to look out for. Here's Noah Brown. He's under fire from Darren Staff. We saw him very quick in half number 2. Not as quick as the 69, but Darren did finish second, so that 45 does have quite a bit of speed under it tonight. On board with him.
For some reason it has the wrong paint scheme. Don't know why. Sorry, Darren.
See him. He's actually looking very quick tonight. We know Noah's not. He's not a slouch at the road courses, and you see that 65 actually doing a little bit of a torque off the last corner, shaking that booty a little bit, leaving a little bit of tire marks there.
What?
That's a twerk. It's what the kids would call shaking the derriere.
All right. We got twerking here in the big one to 110.
And still a better joke somehow than the 6-7.
Well, welcome back, James. I hope your run went well.
It did. I made it.
Hey, congratulations.
Awesome.
So we will not have James next week.
Unfortunately not.
But,
hey, Ty, you free?
I actually don't know where we're at next. Oh, Myrtle Beach, that's where we're at next week. So that'll be a fun one.
I think Ty might enjoy that
anymore.
race.
Unfortunately, now is a dirt lot in the middle of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. But
what a shame.
Either way, we still have it on iRacing. We can still run it. It's still going to be a fun race, and it's a short track. So you know how that goes. But here's Aaron Evans. He's in the pink car tonight. He's in it. He's in ninth. He's had a pretty good run all night. Been in the solid. He finished, I believe, 11th after 1, just outside the top 10. And he's running in ninth right now. So doing a pretty good job. We've seen Aaron have some struggles this season. He's had some of the rookie struggles that, just kind of happen. But doing a good job tonight, keeping the car straight. Just what he needs to do. But we have a battle for the lead here. The surprise of the night, Daniel Gore, has caught Eric Ziegel for the lead into the chicane here, and I'd say it's probably going to be a short fight of a lap or less here for that 69. He has caught the the 5 of Ziegel pretty quickly. He was about a second and a half behind him to start the lap, and he's already on the rear bumper. So, and you can see the rear bumper of the 5 is blurred out. It says Bobby Hammer Motorsports, or it used to, but it's been blurred out. The team was, I guess, for lack of a better
crash
term,
tied.
removed.
Oh,
wow.
no!
That is major damage.
Hold on, quick battle for the lead, and then we'll take a look at the replay.
Yeah, as we get the battle for the lead here, Daniel Gore into turn number 1. He's going to make that an elementary affair and using all the runoff. Eric Ziegel looking for a crossover. I don't think he's going to have the runoff, but yeah, let's look at the replay because that is huge damage for Ty, and we'll have to see it. Through the last corner here, he's racing with David Westergreen. That is going to be a...
Oh, no.
That's certified Redux Racing. Excuse me, sorry, that's a different team.
Oh, now it's certified Southern Speed Co-hater David Westergreen.
Well, James, we do have someone in interview waiting. It might be the it might be the 8 of Ty McIntosh, but you want to go ahead and take him away? I think this will be a fun one.
James?
What was that?
Ty's here for his interview with you.
Oh, I'm gonna interview him. Okay, well, poor Ty. Ty, first of all, what the world happened?
I mean, the first incident, I had a lane on Darren into 1, and Darren just chose to pinch me off and kind of like force me onto that curb and give me nothing. So that unsettled the car, and then I'm trying to fight it to get it under me, and I go across the curb and it unsettles it even more, and then next thing I know, I'm broken, so I'm trying to get back around the racetrack, and I let David go, and then I was into the barrier. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just really dejected, honestly. That first race was great. I feel like I had something for Darren at the end. I was closing in on him. I just ran out of laps, and that looked really good for me there, and it is what it is, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, like, just take us through what's going through your mind with it being a teammate, you know, being that ultimate incident that puts you out of the race. Like, what are the odds that that happens?
I mean, I'm just gonna choose not to talk about it right now. Like, it's kind of one of those things where I'm still upset, but I don't want to step over the line and say something. But it's a little frustrating. I won't lie to you. I saw what happened that made him get loose and then run wide, so I feel like there was nothing to push for. That's a conversation that he and I are going to have, but it's just an added element to the misfortune, I guess.
Now, you looking forward to Myrtle Beach next week?
Absolutely not. I was looking forward to this, so if I just say that I'm not looking forward to things, then maybe they'll go good. I don't know. I'm just dejected, honestly. Like, I don't think I'm looking forward to anything at this point. So.
Well, I mean, there's always an opening in the booth for next week.
Yeah, no, I've heard that there's probably also a chance on December 4th. I'm really dejected because I was hoping that I could lock myself in and confirm that I would be here on the 4th to call it the last chance race, but that's not going to happen now. So, who knows?
All right,
yeah,
Ty,
unfortunate.
Go on, James.
Unfortunate for you, Ty, and especially since it's not someone you can actively talk smack about with it being the teammate, unlike prior infield care center interviews we had with you. But it was still a heck of a run in the first half for you. Any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you'd like to give?
Yeah, I mean, Traders Brewing, you guys for being on the show and being a sponsor of mine, and Weekend Woods and Hinks Designs. Bojo, who's not here. Bojo, miss you, buddy. I miss my partner in crime at this road course. Thrasher for being here. I know he's watching. He's probably sad. I guess the tire barrier for not concussing me. And Darren Staff for pinching me off into 1. That's always fun.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, and the
Tyler.
Dodgers, by the way. NLCS Dodgers are bound, so that's good. That's the only good thing that happened in that second half. So, hey.
Boo! Hiss. Complain.
All right, I'm gonna move you guys. Thank you.
Whine.
Everyone disliked that.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry about that, James. I thought didn't mean to spring him on you like that, but yeah, definitely a sad end to the race for Ty. He was great in half one, and you know, just it's kind of been a season like that for Ty. Really, just he's had very high highs and very low lows. So hopefully, looking to balance that out before the end of the season, before we get to the finals and see what he can do here. But yeah, Daniel Gore, he's already extended his lead to 5 seconds. 10, 11 laps into the race over Santiago Aguirre, his teammate. There's Darren Staff. We saw him very quick in half number one, trying to get back to where he was in half number one, and that was second. And looking very racy behind that number 88 at the moment. So we will see what he can do, but definitely one thing we're looking at here in probably about 2 to 3 laps is pit stops, and this is a
saw Ziegel get big sideways out of the carousel. That got a little nerve-wracking to watch.
During
Yeah,
the
we actually,
interview, when we first started, he had an issue and he almost spun out.
yeah, he actually, I went back and watched that. He got on the, as he's actually
and
hitting
here
right
he
now.
is.
He gassed up on the exit curve here just a little bit too aggressively and kicked the car sideways right about there. And I mean, he's lucky he didn't spin it harder, you know, right, because he would have had a wreck that kind of looked like David Rudimann's back in whatever year that was. But thankfully, he kept it off everything and is able to keep going. He'll do his scheduled pit stop here and probably trying to see if he can maybe.
Oh!
Noah Brown and Kynan Jones are getting fisticuffs at right now through the chicane, and Kynan Jones actually going to get that position, but that was some hard, aggressive contact for those
And
two
it's
drivers,
still
and that's
going.
a battle for the, I believe that is the 4th position.
Yes, 5th.
5th position. Yeah, and they are not giving it up. These two are going at it, and definitely, I think, can't remember if they've had any more issues earlier in the season, but yeah, definitely trying to get everything they can right now. Kynan Jones chooses to come down pit road and get himself out of that storm, and I guess a good time to kind of bring up the fact that Watkins Glen is a little bit of a weird pit road on the schedule, being that the pit boxes are all on the right side, which is backwards to what we normally have. Normally have them on the left side, so they do actually flip the cars around in real life. They put all the fuel fillers and all that stuff on the right side of the cars for this track, and nothing really else. But just a cool little, I guess, Jeopardy fact.
It'd be pretty cool if they mirrored the whole car, so the drivers would be driving on the right side.
I think Kynan Jones might appreciate that, being from Australia. He might. I know when we do like the V8 supercars and iRacing, and I'm on the right side, it's always a little bit of a weird affair for me, just because it's you're going through those tight sections at like Bathurst. You just really have to be very, very precise, and it's very hard when you don't really know where you're at. But
Battle for second, but
battle for second, yeah. Santiago Aguirre and Staff going at it.
Yep, Darren sending it to the inside.
ooh,
Ooh, Santi's carrying that momentum. He's gonna clear again. Darren asked him for a birthday gift, and Santi not wrapping it.
in the meantime,
Not at all.
Noah Brown, Zach Evans, Dylan Thomas, and Adam Peeler went down pit road. Noah Brown has a black flag. So does Peeler.
Oh, that is not good at all. Nope. So speeding on pit road, I have to
Derek
assume.
cut the corner. He cut the corner. He's probably gonna get a slowdown for that. He caught a whole lot of grass on the exit of the bus stop.
Yep, so he's having to get that
Happy
spot up.
birthday, Darren. We got you a slowdown penalty.
Can we see if he's still wearing his hat? Yes, he is. So we'll see if he chooses to come down pit road this lap. And yeah, we'll see Noah and Keeler being held for their penalties. That is a long hold. I think it's like 40 seconds or something. So that's about 3/4 of a lap here at Watkins Glen. So definitely going to be out of contention for both of those drivers. That's tough to see. Darren Staff and Santee choose to stay out one more lap. These two drivers are 9 seconds behind the race leader, Daniel Gore, right now. So Daniel Gore, he's pretty much already packed up and left for Myrtle Beach while they're still racing back here. But either way, still got to get to the pit stops and everything. Keeler and Brown are finally away from their stop and hold penalties. That is a rough one. I think that might be worse than a drive-through, I'd have to think. But either way, even Daniel Gore is going to be coming in this lap.
Oop, Santee slips exit a carousel.
Yeah, we'll see if one of these drivers chooses to come down pit road this lap. Maybe with Daniel Gore pitting, Santee might choose to try to lead the lap.
Hit Daniel
Yeah,
Gore's
he
pit
would
road.
get it, I believe.
I think they're all pitting.
Here's James Miller with a strong move around the outside. He's actually, yep, both of them coming to pit road, very, very tight. Darren almost, he did kind of plunk the rear end of that 88 just a little bit, but no harm, no foul. As that was happening, James Miller made a strong run around that last part of the last corner, and he's actually looking
Black
fast right
flag,
now.
Santiago Aguirre.
Oh, that is
no.
not good.
That wasn't on entry. That was during the pit stop. That was during the drive to his stall. Trying to not let Darren Staff go by on the outside.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's gonna pretty much end his battle for third, right, or for second, right there. Darren saying he did not bump the 88, which yeah, we can see that was not the cause of his penalty. So no harm, no foul. Looks like everybody else pretty good. There's Daniel Gore, smooth stop for him. He's going to be about 2 years ahead of the next car once we cycle through at this point. So he is probably got the easy listening going right now. Inside that race car, doing what he does best out here.
See Miller on pit road now.
Santee's
Miller.
black flag is cleared.
Miller, typically one of the drivers that likes to extend his stints out as far as possible, so no surprise to see him being the last to pit, but he was looking very quick before that, so I think whatever strategy he pulls here might be pretty good for him, and either way, it's going to be better than a
Fuel.
17th place finish. Just fuel for the 09,
Yeah,
so
that's
I was wrong.
That's the
Definitely, yep,
only
saw
one.
it here. But he's obviously feeling good about those tires, and I mean, starting in the back, James, that might be a strategy to if you can just save the tires and get fuel only. We'll see how it works for James. I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
Honestly, yeah, because the tires just get absolutely knackered on these cars. The thermal degradation alone just kills so much grip. So if you just kind of take it easy and stretch it as long as you can, and then try to flip, don't take any tires, just gas, that might end up becoming a huge boon for him. And so far, it's looking like it might be.
I'm definitely always a fan of alternate strategies. Anything to try to get an edge on the competition. If you're not like the leader, and you just do what the leader does, you're not going to beat the leader. So I definitely like that call.
I'm currently
Call
having
here.
a little bit of an eye issue, so I'm going to set it on auto, step away so I can take care of my eye problem, and I'll be right back.
Sounds good. Hopefully the eye is good. I was gonna try to make a joke there, but I was just messed it up and probably but I guess let's go. I want to go ahead and just shout out to the chatters in the chat tonight. We have an almost full screen of them, so thank you all for engaging. Keep doing so. About 12 laps to go here, 11 laps to go here at Watkins Glen. It's been a clean and green one so far. Only one accident to speak of in half number one, and I believe only Ty McIntosh So 2 accidents, Ty McIntosh with the unfortunate issue with David Westwood in there, but everybody else looking pretty good. We are pretty spread out right now. Currently in position number 2 is James Miller, who was able to jump a few spots on account of that pit strategy of not taking tires. So we will be looking to see if he can make those tires last to the end, make them last 29 laps. I think that should be pretty doable. I mean, if you think about a regular run here without a reduced fuel tank capacity, I think 29 is about what they do, right? So he's probably going to be a little bit grip struggling there at the end, but I think it should be doable, and we'll see if he can hold that charge off from Darren Staff. Darren Staff, we can see him right here. We're on board with him. He's looking very racy, so that might be easier said than done, but either way.
Yeah, I think he might lose the spot to Darren, but I'd be shocked if he falls out of the top 5 at least. He's got a huge gap to Eric Ziegel in each weeks behind. So far it's looking really good for Miller as Staff looking to the inside.
Yeah, pretty quick battle right there. I think James, knowing what his battle is right now, his battle is a couple seconds behind him. That 45 just has been stout all night. Really, the second best car overall. So let him go. Focus on your race. Try to get third if that's all you have. That's what you should shoot for, and doing what he needs to do to keep those tires under him. So looking at Kynan Jones there, he is about what was that, 3-ish seconds behind the 09 with what, 8
I would
laps
say
to
that.
go coming up here.
Yeah, 3, 4.
So yeah, it's going to be a hard affair, but I think if anyone, James is known for being a pretty smooth driver at these road courses, and I think he should be able to. He definitely will take care of those tires. It's just going to be a matter of how much grip he has at the end. Eric Ziegel on your screen there. He's had a pretty interesting race. Had that spin in turn number 1, and was actually fighting for the lead before that happened, but back in position number 6 right now. I say fighting for the lead. He had gotten past for the lead and was trying to regain the lead, but just overcooked it a little bit and hit that curb just a little bit wrong, sent the car spinning. But still a good run for him in the 6th position. Kind of an independent entry for that 5 now. The other drivers in that team were unfortunately removed from the league a couple weeks ago, so really just him left. But Eric doing a great job. Has been a very, very strong, very good rookie this year. So hope to see him around after the conclusion of the season. Been a very good addition to the league. So Zach Evans on the screen there. We saw him fall very quickly at the start of the race, but stabilized it back around to the 8th position, about where he ran in half number 1 there. Dylan Thomas behind him, and then it's Aaron Evans. So a couple of the Evans cars, and then Evans himself, Aaron though, in the back half of the top 10.
And then look at that, noted road course hater David Westergreen sitting P11, almost in for a chance for a top 10. How about that?
I'd have to say the Marcus Ambrose scheme doing its job. Got 12th in half number 1, so not a terrible effort for the 9. He's doing a good job out here tonight, and you know, we were at Daytona last week. I believe he had a good run there, I want to say. Well, position, I think he finished like P10 there, so he probably expected a little bit better, but a top 10 nonetheless. James Miller doing a good job to kind of stabilize that gap between him and the 85 right now. Just going to be a matter of if those tires can stay above the cliff per se before they just lose all of their performance. But I think he's actually kind of extended right now, so doing a great job.
Big sideways for Aaron Evans off of the last corner.
That was certainly throughout the tire smoke. But yeah, just kept it straight there. Good little battle here for the 9th position. Him and Dylan Thomas going at it.
I warned him about the
One of
white
those,
stars.
Yeah, got the foot cam here. Always good to see how these drivers. I I'd say I think there's really only one driver in the field who does right foot braking. That's James Miller. So the foot cams are probably a little bit more interesting when you have that going on, but still good to see how these drivers drive a road course like this, because you do have to use both feet quite a bit, obviously. Not just 100% gas, 100% brake. You have to modulate them and kind of do a little dance on the pedals. So that's absolutely, you know, I think you probably agree with this too, James. On a road course, you're going to gain or lose all of your pace under braking. So kind of important thing to learn and master and be good at for these road courses.
Absolutely. If you can figure out how to send it into the braking zones, not lock up and just work that brake. Oh, like he is not doing right here. Aaron Evans going around. And he's back on track, and here comes noted road course hater into the top 10.
Yeah, that's a good break for David Westergreen, bad break for Aaron Evans. He didn't quite go all the way around, so it's a pretty good save, mid save for him. Kept it straight, but he's going to lose a lot of time. David Westergreen, yeah, I think he might be looking at a top 10 here. Just got, what are we looking at, like 6 laps to go here?
I'd say about 6.
6 laps to go, yeah. My broadcaster was a little bit behind, so my number that tells me how many laps to go was a little bit wrong there. But just trying to do as little math as possible, so I can't mess that one up here. But 6 coming to 5 to go. Eric Ziegel on screen there. There's Gilberto Javier Gomera. Shout out to him for last week. He got his first OSCA win in the in the duel of Daytona, so shout out to him. Him and Ty McIntosh, the first 2 South Shore wins for that weekend, but not a good night for Ty, at least in half number 2 here, out early. Still something they can take and build on for that Southern Speedco team. Looking a little bit further on back here. Here's DJ Weeks. Probably the most consistent driver of the night. He started 6th, ran 5th in half number 1, started 6th in half number 2, is running 5th currently. So he is doing the exact same thing. DJ Weeks, one of those drivers that is going to be about as, I'd say, like, I don't say this as an insult or anything, but, you know, like
Oh, big save for Zach Evans. That was almost the end of his night.
Definitely. Tire smoke coming off that machine too.
Wonder how many drivers are where they finished in half number 2. Gore obviously won half 1, is currently leading half 2. Derek Staff finished 2nd. He's currently in 2nd. I know Kynan Jones finished in 4th. I believe he's also in 4th, and we just talked about Weeks.
So it looks like Aaron Evans is 11th. So he finished 11th in half 1, is 11th now. Adam Peeler 16th in half 1, 16th and now, and then Jordan Tarble. I mean, if you want to count that, 18th half 1, 18th now.
And then also
didn't finish either half.
Big Matero as well. Never started both races.
Right.
To it 19th.
Right. So
Yeah, all those. The battle for the last spot in the top 10, it's heating up. Aaron Evans right behind Westergreen.
It just says he got that top 10 spot, looking to lose it. So we'll see if only a couple more laps here to go at Watkins Glen, if he can keep that spot under him and not have a mistake himself like Aaron Evans did. Aaron Evans is going to be very keen to get his top 10 spot back because
big sideways
sliding. Everybody's
That's
sideways.
not
You
gonna
can tell
help.
how hard these drivers are working.
Yeah, 3 laps to go. Oh, but Dave goes
sliding.
wide a little bit.
He missed it.
Yeah, that first turn apex is I've seen a lot of cars just really not really hit it a lot tonight, so a lot of sliding going on in that corner. That's a really hard corner. You're downhill braking, and there's just a lot of wheel hop you usually get if you get your brake bias wrong. So I've had many issues there over the years. Aaron Evans good through the chicane, using all the curb and grass he can muster up. He's right on the bumper of that number 9 car through the carousel. 2 more times he has to be able to do something.
Oh, another big moment for him.
Worst time for him
Sideways,
to
but
blink.
keeps the momentum up. That kind of a mistake at that corner can easily result in a DNF, and it definitely would kill the car quite a bit here. But last corner, and it's going to be looking at well, it's going to be 2 laps to go for these two. I believe we got the 2 to go for the leader a while ago.
Yes.
So these 2 are starting. They're 2 to go. Daniel Gore is about 40 seconds up the road from these 2, so he's about to start the last lap.
Kind of Jones and DJ Weeks are getting close too. And a couple of battles to keep an eye on.
Yes, sir. So through 29 laps here, they're all converging, seeing what kind of battles we can muster up here. David Westergreen has been able to fend off the challenge from the 48. That 48 is so strong through the chicane. You can see how much time he's able to gain, but he loses a little bit through the carousel. I do say that, but it was more of a help there. Sideways for Aaron Evans. He is trying everything he has right now to get that spot back from David Westergreen, and not at the moment. Last lap for Daniel Gore.
Weeks chipping it down.
Oh, battle, yep. For that 4th spot. Weeks and Jones going at it.
Kynan holding on. Kynan's got that massive left front damage. You can see almost half the contact patch. Able to hold the position.
Not really sure where we picked that up from, but that's got to not be helping the car too much.
No.
There's a battle
Evans
for the
and
Remix
Westergreen.
drivers.
Kind of Jones and Weeks still going at it. They're in the carousel off the last corner. It's going to be a sweep for Daniel Gore. Another road course win for the 69 here at Watkins Glen. And off the last corner for position number 2, it's Darren Staff, the number 45. A very strong run tonight. Something to be proud of for Darren. Not going to be a win, but a great run nonetheless. James Miller holds on with those old tires to finish 3rd. The battle's going to be for 4th behind him. Kynan Jones and DJ Weeks coming together. But it's going to be Kynan Jones off the last corner. He gets the good run. The rest of the finishers come past the start-finish line.
David Westergreen will hold on and take the last spot in the top 10 from Aaron Evans.
Had a bit of a moment there myself, getting over a sickness. So had a bit of a coughing fit, but we are good here. We finished the race, and yeah, definitely David Westergreen probably happy with that result. Top 10 for him. Strong run for his standards, but there's Daniel Gore on the front stretch doing some victory slides. Probably going to do a burnout here as we get to turn number 1. There he goes, sideways, slideways, drifting around the track, and there he goes to finally whip it around. And yeah, another road course sweep for Daniel Gore. I don't think many of us are surprised by it, but it is a impressive performance nonetheless. 10.3 seconds, the final gap back to position number 2, Darren Staff. And that was about it was 3.8 seconds in half number 1. So you can correlate that based on lap time and all that. But Daniel Gore doing his victory burnouts, and you got to think that has probably demoralized the points situation just a little bit. He was 114 up going into tonight, and he's going to be certainly a little bit more as we go into next week at Myrtle Beach, which, by the way, not to be the bearer of bad news, is somewhat of a home race for that man right there, Daniel Gore. So probably going to have a little bit of an incentive to do well there. He is a British native,
yes.
but he does live near that area. Yep.
Yes, Myrtle Beach, South Wales.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, an impressive performance for only really two huge incidents of the night. For one for James Miller, one for Ty McIntosh to end their races, and there's the O3 of Dylan Thomas going way off into the gravel trap there. But we'll go ahead and get your
Here are the
finishing
Heat
results.
1 results.
The Heat 1 results. So it's Daniel Gore with the win in half number 1. Darren Staff P2, Ty McIntosh in 3rd, Conan Jones in 4th, DJ Weeks 5th, Noah Brown, Eric Ziegel, Santiago Aguirre, Zach Evans, and Dylan Thomas round out the top 10. Aaron Evans, David Westergreen, Gilberto Javier Gamera, Dave Carpenter, Neil Rutt, Adam Peeler, James Miller, and Jordan Tarble round out the field. And do we have half 2 as well?
Yep, here we go.
Let's get that up. Actually, if you want to go ahead and take that away, James, go ahead.
I cannot read.
That's fine. Don't worry. I can take it over for you. We obviously Daniel Gore won, swept the races today. Darren Staff also finishing second of both of them. James Spinner got himself a 3rd place finisher with that fuel only stop. Kynan Jones just managed to edge out DJ Weeks as they both came together, coming to the line. Gilberto Javier Gomera finishing in 6th place. Zach Evans in 7th. Dylan Thomas in 8th, and 9th place will be Eric Ziegel, who fantastic recovery considering he had that near spin and then back up off of the exit of turn 1. Notable road course hater David Westergreen finishing in a respectable top 10. Sure, Ty McIntosh is going to be happy about that part at least. Aaron Evans finishing in 11th. Dave Carpenter 12th. Neil Rutt the 3rd in 13th. Santiago Aguirre finishing 14th, upset with that speeding penalty. Noah Brown, same thing as well in 15th. Adam Peeler finishing 1 lap down in 16th. Ty McIntosh not happy tonight. And we'll see if he can bounce back next week at Myrtle Beach in 17th place. Finishing in 17th place. Jordan Tarble, 18th place, and last of the drivers who took the green flag tonight.
Awesome. Thank you, Carlos. And I don't see... Trying to see if we can get our top 3 in here. I don't see James Miller in here, so I will see if I can get him in here. But for the time being, let's go ahead and pull this guy up because he's right here. Oh, Darren Staff, you got a copy?
I do.
Hello, driver. Happy birthday for one. And
thank you.
Number 2, a very good run tonight for you. I mean, you finished second in both halves. Showed a lot of good speed. Tell us about your night.
So I think Gore's little present to me was letting me lead at least 1 lap tonight in half 1 there. And then I had nothing after that. We tangled a little bit, but I was just talking with him about it. I think we were both just kind of racing there and ran out of room. But after that, I pretty much couldn't hold a candle to him all night. But all around, it was nice, as I quoted it, being the best of the rest versus apparently what we're calling him, Shane Van Gorsbergen or Daniel Van Gorsbergen, whatever we're calling it. All around, still a really great night, and I'm extremely happy about the speed I had.
Yeah, and I mean, you were fast in practice. It was obvious from the get go that you had a lot of speed. Maybe not that like top 1% that Daniel has, but really there's not a lot of people that do have that. But what was your strategy tonight? I mean, did you? I know you were right up there behind him. Were you trying to follow him, try to see what he was doing, or were you just doing what you do?
Yeah. I mean, at half 1, like half 2, I had no fight against him. But half 1, yeah, I tried to just stick behind him, because I, like, around like half that race, I maybe had a shot to get towards him and try to still battle him. But my tires quickly wore out, and I was just hoping that since I was staying behind him, and very rarely people do that on these road courses, I was hoping it would frighten him. I tried to give him a little shot after in lap 2 in turn 8, but it obviously didn't do anything. But all around, after I knew I wasn't going to pass him, I pretty much just tried to hold where I was. I wasn't going to try to pass him. I knew P2 was still going to be a really great night.
Yeah, and a couple strong runs to book in what's been a pretty good season for you so far. Next week we go to a track that is unfortunately no longer with us, which makes me very sad. But we go to Myrtle Beach. How do you feel about that one?
Man, I haven't raced Myrtle Beach in a long time. That race is sure to be interesting, but I was about to say it's a short track though, so hopefully we don't get too many yellows, because I do think the track is very interesting. It brings out a lot in some drivers, but all around excited to not go to a road course where the expected winner ends up being the winner, and looking to put myself back in victory lane this season. I think I have a lot of confidence to do so now.
Yeah, for sure. The good thing about Myrtle Beach though is it is a bit of a larger road course, so all the times I've ran it, it's not been too bad. It's not like running something like Bristol or Martinsville where you're just kind of 100% expected to have a bad time. So I think it'll be a good race, and it'll be fun to watch you and everybody else tackle it next week. But before we let you go, any shout-outs you want to give us?
Obviously, RK and Carlos for always giving me the opportunity every week to race. Feel like I've improved my craft a lot, and I'm really excited to show him the pace that I've gotten week in and week out. Accelerated Cloud Solutions, my dad's company. With any if you need help with any IT stuff, I would definitely go to him. He's a great guy. He knows a lot about tech. And then the other two sponsors that I wish would actually sponsor me, Maradness and Mountain Dew, and obviously my teammates, teammate tonight, Kynan. He also had a really strong run. So happy that the team in general had a strong running tonight.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for talking to us, Darren.
One more. I completely forgot. I don't want to get flagged for it.
I can't believe
almost did it. Almost did it. My girlfriend and my mom as well, who are watching upstairs. And I'm out of my teens now, so.
Oh, well, you almost made a grave mistake there. It's a good thing you caught that.
Yeah, no,
I
would have never heard the end of it. All right, thank you guys.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, you've had a lot of good runs. You'll get another chance here pretty shortly to get that. So, won't worry about too much, but just better off.
Yeah, thank you guys.
All right. Second place finisher tonight, Darren Staff. Actually, I don't see James anywhere. So we'll wait for him to see if he wants to pop on. Don't have Kynan here either. Yeah, so we could just I guess we'll bring in we can bring in Daniel Gore, race winner, and
let's bring him on up.
That's fine. James, do you want to take the winner?
Sure can.
All right, here he is.
Alrighty, Daniel, James in the booth. You got a copy?
I got you.
Well, another night of business as usual for you, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're just continuing to put the absolute hurting on them. I mean, Shane Van Gorsbergen just bringing home 2 more road course wins on the top of all your other oval wins too. It's just another dream season for you right now.
I mean, I felt like last season was kind of a little bit of a downfall from the first season, but yeah, this season I could not ask for more. It's been, apart from like maybe 1 or 2 races, been like almost perfect.
Yeah, I mean, just take us through your night. Obviously, you had to work a little bit trying to get the lead back for race 1 off of the standing start.
Yeah, they're kind of tricky in this car. I felt like in the the first couple races or road course races we had, I had a pretty good hold on it, but I've kind of struggled with the standing starts in general. The last couple, lost it to Darren. Actually missed my shift going into turn 1 as well, so I'm surprised I didn't lose any more spots from that. Quickly got back to Darren in the, I think it was lap 2 or 3. Kind of made a late send. We made a little bit of contact. He saved it. We both kept going. He gave it right back to me though at the end of that same lap. So all's fair, all's hard racing. And then I was just trying to break the draft because the draft's kind of strong from turn 1 all the way down to the bus stop. So kind of really had to break that draft before I could actually make any like good progress on extending the lead. But eventually the tire saving prevailed, and race 2 with the invert was a little bit more difficult. But we got a better launch the second time around, made a really cool move, splitting 2 cars down the middle and using the runoff in turn 1. That was awesome. But I was also kind of bricking it at the same time, thinking I was going to get collected by somebody. And yeah, just kind of picked them off one by one. My 2 teammates let me through and hit the halfway and finished 10 seconds ahead.
Yeah, well, another incredible night of racing for you tonight. Any sponsors, plugs, and shoutouts you'd like to give?
I want to thank my team, well, just Noah and Santi tonight. As say, they Noah raced through illness tonight, so he did, I think, pretty good, all things considered. And Santi had a strong run. It's a shame he had a little speeding moment on pit lane, but it happens. And then I want to thank Jordan and his family. They always watch, so yeah.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Daniel, and hopefully we're talking to you again next week.
Hopefully.
All right, yep, that was your race winner, Daniel Gore. And I want to say that's like the 6th or 7th on the season, but I closed my results page out. So either way, it's one of those numbers. But another great night of racing here at in the OSCA Racing Series, and that was round number 10 on the season. So race 21, I believe, with the odd numbers for that happened with last week. But yeah, road course. I think we got the expected result here, but not to take away from that performance. Great performance for Daniel. Was something that we've come to expect here. But either way, yeah. Myrtle Beach is next week. Same time, same place, Thursday night. Short track racing, not iRacing. It is certainly going to be a race. If you like short tracks, if you like carnage, you'll get one of those 2 probably. And I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun one. It is a larger short track, so I think we will see some great racing at Myrtle Beach. And it just, you know, the fact that it doesn't exist anymore, it gives it just a little bit extra charm there. But I think it's going to be an early one for us tonight. So I hope all you guys have a great night and have a good one.